viewers, I am Sneha. Welcome you all to the channel Texil Consultants. Today we are here to discuss the highlights of the budget 2021. Let's have a look to the same. Are the key highlights of the budget 2021. Let's start with some direct tax proposals of the budget. There is no change in individual and corporate tax limits. This means the individual and corporate tax rates for the financial year 2021 and 22 was left unchanged. There is a relaxation for senior citizens of 75 years age and above. Means senior citizens above 75 years of age with pension and interest income only, interest income from specified banks as notified by the central government, are not required to file the return of income. Section 194P has been newly inserted to enforce the banks to deduct TDS on senior citizens more than 75 years of age who have a pension and interest income from the bank. The tax audit limit under section 44AB has been increased from rupees 5 crore to rupees 10 crores with the condition of 95% of the payments to be digitized. New section 194Q has been inserted on TDS on purchase of goods for buyers having turnover of more than rupees 10 crore in previous financial year and purchases of more than rupees 50 lakhs in current financial year. This section is applicable from 1st July 2021. There is an amendment to section 44 ADA. Section 44 ADA, which previously used to apply to individuals only, from now onwards, this section will apply to HUFs and partnership firms also. But LLPs have been excluded from this. There is a reduction in time limit for IT proceedings. Except in cases of serious tax evasions, assessment proceedings in rest of the cases shall be reopened only up to 3 years, as against the earlier time limit of 6 years. Advance tax on dividend income, advance tax liability on payment of dividend shall arise only after the payment of the dividend, as the dividend income is uncertain and cannot be estimated. Disallowance of PF contribution. In case the employee's PF contribution was deducted but not deposited by the employer, it will not be allowed as deduction to the employer. Pre-filling of returns to be forefront. Pre-filling will be allowed for salary, tax payments, TDS, etc. Further, details of capital gains from listed securities, dividend income, etc. will be pre-filled. Relaxations to NRI. There is a proposal to notify rules for removing the hardships of double taxation. Constitution of DRC, that is Dispute Resolution Committee. The assessee having a taxable income of rupees 50 lakh and disputed income of rupees 10 lakh can approach DRC under section 245 MA. This will prevent new disputes and settle the disputes at the initial stage only. Provisions are being made for the faceless ITAT. This will reduce the cost of compliance for taxpayers and increase the transparency in disposal of appeals. It will also help to achieve even distribution of work in different benches and ensures efficient administration. Extension of affordable housing scheme. Extension of date to 31st March 2022 for sanction of loans for affordable residential house property for deduction of rupees 1,50,000. Section 80 EEA deduction extended. The affordable housing additional deduction was extended till 31st March 2022. The tax exemptions has been granted for affordable rental projects. Section 43CA also stands amended. The stamp duty value can be up to 120% of the consideration if the transfer of residential unit, which means an independent housing unit, is made between 12th November 2020 to 30th June 2021. Due dates for ITRs of firms undergoing transfer pricing audit is 30th November of the assessment year. Reduction in time limit to 3 months for filing of belated return as against earlier, which was 6 months. No belated returns are going to be filed after the 31st December. There is a reduction in timeline for completing assessments by 3 months. Thus, the time limit will be 9 months from the end of assessment year. There are some tax incentives for startups also. Tax holiday for startup increased by 1 year, that is to assessment year 2022-2023. Exemption will be allowed under Section 80 IAC. Exemption on capital gain on investment in startups extended by 1 year, that is to assessment year 2022-2023. Exemption will be granted under Section 50. Let's have a look to some indirect tax proposals in the custom duty rates are revised. The details are as follows. Reduced duty on copper scrap from 5% to 2.5%. Basic and special additional excise duty on petrol and high-speed diesel oil, both branded and unbranded, is reduced. Increased duty on solar inverters from 5% to 20%. Raised duty on solar lanterns from 5% to 15%. The basic custom duty on gold and silver also reduced. The department will rationalize duty on textile, chemicals and other products. The revised rates will be applicable from 2nd February 2021 onwards. New tariff items under HSN 24041100 and 24041900 have been inserted in accordance with upcoming HS 2022 nomenclature. Further, NCCDs of 25% is prescribed on these tariff items with effect from 1st January 2020. AIDC, that is Agricultural Infrastructure and Development Cess, has been newly imposed on petrol and diesel at Rs 2.5 and Rs 4 per litre respectively. Regarding agricultural products, the custom duty is increased on cotton, silk, alcohol, etc. Exemption of social welfare surcharge on the value of AIDC imposed on gold and silver. Therefore, these items would attract surcharge at normal rates only on value plus basic custom duty. The exemption on import of leather will be withdrawn as they are domestically produced. A new initiative called Turant Customs will be introduced for faceless, paperless and contactless customs. CGST Act was amended for several provisions as follows. Section 16 amended to allow taxpayers claim of the input tax credit based on GSTR 2A and GSTR 2B. Section 50 of the CGST Act is being amended to provide for a retrospective charge of interest on net cash liability with effect from 1st July 2017. Section 35 and 44 amended mandatory requirement for furnishing the GST reconciliation report signed by the specified professional is relaxed by allowing the filing of annual return on a self-certification basis. The Commissioner can exempt a class of taxpayers from the requirement of filing the annual return. You would have found the video informative. Stay tuned for more updates. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.